So we picked up these Cold Mountain Jasper Thundereggs, and we're only using the tile saw. Here we go. Today, what I'm going to be doing with little Rocky is I got them done. So we picked up these Cold Mountain Jasper Thundereggs, and we're only using the tile saw, which is a very tiny blade. Well, I shouldn't say very tiny, it's just a whole lot smaller than the rock itself, and we didn't get out our slab saw because we just want to do a couple of quick cuts.
Yeah, it's just a little too big. I mean, you could rotate it, but
yeah, just rotate it. We'll just do one.
I don't like doing that. If you want to cut it, because I always miss them up, and then they.
I gotta go get my glasses then. It's a Cold Mountain Jasper Thunderegg.
That's
why. Knob in the bottom.
That's why.
I mean, in the right. Right smack in the middle.
That's why I'm like, I know I can't do it. Mine's gonna be way off.
Okay, we'll flatten it out. Here we go.
Oh my goodness, that is pretty. Oh, wow. That is so pretty. Even with that big old knob in the middle.
You kind of see it there.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Not too noticeable.
You can flatten that out.
Oh man, that's pretty.
Cold Mountain Thunderegg.
All right, that's awesome.
How awesome.
That's super awesome.
Several days later.
Hey everybody, I hope everyone's doing awesome today. Today, what I'm going to be doing with little Rocky is polishing these Cold Mountain Thundereggs, or Thunderegg, I should say. We cut this less than a week ago. It's been a while since I've been able to set him up. We've been back in Wisconsin for almost a month, and we've been getting settled, trying to adjust all that stuff. And on top of that, the weather is completely different. The past few days have been crazy in terms of thunderstorms, tornado warnings, and all of that. I've got little Rocky set up. I'm gonna get some polishing pads on here and get to polishing. Okay, I'm going to be starting with a 100 grit diamond polishing pad. Pop that bad boy on there. Try to get it centered, otherwise it's going to be extra wobbly. I had to repair little Rocky before we left Arizona. I was working outside with him in the heat. It was probably 100 plus degrees, and it kind of melted the joints on him. When I initially built him, I only had some hot glue on me. And so that is what I used to get these joints put together. And the Arizona heat melted it. And he just collapsed, just like that. So I used epoxy. So hopefully he's going to be reinforced for a little while. But okay, I've got 100 grit diamond polishing pad. This Cold Mountain Thunderegg we cut on the tile saw a few days ago. And the tile saw, I think, has it's either a 5 or a 7-inch blade on it. But with this bubble right here, it made it somewhat of an awkward cut. And so I had to rotate it while I was cutting it, and you can see the right there. That bad boy. I do have a 50 grit. I don't want to like put too many deep marks in here, so I'm gonna go ahead and try with the 100 grit initially, so I can remove this material here, smooth it out, and then of course the same with the other half here. And that's what we're gonna be doing with this Cold Mountain Thunderegg. We're gonna start polishing this bad boy today. I finally figured out actually Laura figured it out for me. She ordered this guy. We got it hooked up with a water pump, and so I don't have to constantly dip the specimen in water, work it, dip it again just to keep it cool. I can just turn this bad boy on. So it's a little messy because I don't have a guard on either side. You can see that, but we'll figure something out with this. I could probably build something. Anyway, we will start with the one that has the most obvious. This thing is so pretty, but here we go. Speed it up a little bit. So it totally knocked off that centerpiece that was sticking up. That is already gone. So I just want to get rid of this ridge right here that's running pretty much all the way across, maybe 3/4 of the way across. Knock that guy out. I'm gonna have to get another little bin of water here. This thing is so pretty. So you all get the idea of what I'm doing here. I'm gonna knock out this ridge, work on knocking that ridge out, and then we'll move on to the next level of grit. Man, that's pretty, isn't that? I should probably put my glasses on. I just realized I didn't have my glasses on, but look at that. It's a Cold Mountain Thunderegg. Okay, we'll see you in a bit. Okay, I was able to get that centerpiece that was sticking up. I was able to get that removed. Now there's just a slight gouge right down the center. You can see it right there, right along there. So I'm just working on trying to get that out, and as soon as I get that removed, I will start working on this one as well. This one I haven't touched yet, but let me give you a peek or an idea of what this guy looks like. After I get the gouge out of this guy, I'll start working on this one, and then we'll move along to the next grit. There's so much depth right in here. If you can look down inside that, there's so much stuff going on in there. I hope you can see that. But there is so much going on in there. These things are absolutely beautiful. But, okay, back to working on this gouge. Okay, I got that gouge out. The sun is hiding behind the clouds right now, so you're gonna have to take my word for it that gouge is gone. I'm trying to clean out these cavities as best I can, but I think this one is good for now as far as the 100 grit. We got the other half here. We still got that big ridge going on. I'm gonna try and get that out. And as soon as we get that removed, we will proceed to the next level of grit. Working on the second half now. But you get the idea of what I'm doing with this, so I will continue on. All right, so I got them both pretty much flattened. I got all the ridges, the gouges out with the 100 grit disc. So I'm gonna be moving forward to the 200 grit polishing disc. I just really washed it down. I use some Dawn dish soap. Washing these guys out right now. I just washed this with soap and water, washing these guys with soap and water, try and get most of residual stuff removed before I move forward with the next grit. So I'll give you a peek at these guys. This is the original one that I was working on. That's just soap. So I got the ridges and the gouges out of here. This is the second one that I just finished working on. So we're gonna hit both of these with the 200 grit and then just gradually move up after I finish with each of the different grits. So that's where we're at. This is 200 grit that I'm using right now. So technically the first round is what takes the longest when, at least from my experience when polishing. These are seriously pretty. So what I'm doing is trying to get the marks from the previous polishing pad, trying to remove those. All I'm doing here, like I said, I got the ridges and the gouges out. Now I'm just removing the previous polishing pad grit marks. And then when I move on to the next one, I will be removing the marks from this polishing pad. So there we go, I wiped it down a bit. We got some marks going on right here. I'm fairly certain that those marks are from the previous pad, so work on getting those out. Yeah, I remember when those appeared, so this has a ways to go yet. So y'all get the idea of what I'm doing here. I'm gonna sign off for a little bit. We'll check in with you again shortly. Alright, I got through the 200 grit polishing pad. I just washed this one off. This is 400 grit. Put this guy on here, and I'll give you a peek at what these two halves of Thundereggs look like. This is the first half that we worked on, dry. Try and clean that inside off there, and then this is the second half that we've been working on. So they're, for the most part, pretty cleaned. When I get closer to the end stages of polishing, I'm gonna get a brush of some sort and clean the inside out better than what it is, and I'm gonna do the same with this half. So this is what we look like. Try and stay out of your sunlight, but this is after 200 grit, moving on to 400. So we'll get going on this one. You know, I can't get over how pretty this is. I just love the depth. You can really see in there. This is like an island that comes up right here. You look in there. That thing is so pretty. So we're going to continue to work through these through 400, and then when I switch up to either the 6 or the 800, I'll check back in with you all. So we'll see you in a bit. Alright, so I just finished up with 400. So we're going to be moving on to the 8. Get this pad on here and I'll show you really quickly what our Thunderegg is looking like. So these are dry. I think the cavity might have some water in it still. This is the first half that we were working on. This is after 400 grit. We will be starting 8 momentarily. This is the second half. I really like this portion right here. It reminds me of an island in water. We get started on 800. We are moving right along. Again, this is after 400 grit. This is 800. So I'm going to continue to work through the 800 grit, and I will check in with you when we are switching up to the next stage, which is 1500. So we'll see you then. I just wanted to show y'all real quick. This is the 400. Wait, try to get that in the sunlight for you. That's 400, and then I just ran this one through 800. I hope you can see the difference, and the flat side here, the face is dry, except for maybe there might be a little bit moisture in the cavity there, but otherwise it's getting a little bit of a shine. This is after 800, and then this is still 400 after 400. So I'm going to be working on this guy next. All right, moving on to the 1500. We're going to get going on that. I'll probably breeze through the rest of these pads because I'm starting to lose daylight and I want to get through this as quickly as possible. So 1500. Just finished this one with 800. So I'm gonna haul through these ones, and I'll check in with you all when I can, okay?
Much later.
Okay, so I got through all the way through 6,000 grit. I've got some cerium oxide on here. Show you these guys. That is after 6,000. I'm hoping you can see the shine on it. Trying to get the shine for you. Maybe there, maybe. So like I said, I got cerium oxide on there. Again, I get these guys through cerium oxide and then clean out these cavities. This is my first time polishing a stone that has a cavity, so I'm not familiar with what to do with those cavities. I am going to rinse it out the best I can when I'm done, and then probably use a soft brush or something to get inside there, make sure I get all of that out. But I do plan on cleaning the cavities very well after I get these run through cerium oxide. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right, this is going to splatter like crazy. I love the big mess it makes. Right, I think I'm gonna call that good. I should have turned that off. I'm gonna go rinse these off, probably get some soap and water on it. I'll be back in a bit. All right guys, sorry for the sunglasses, but I'm right in the direct sunlight, but I got them done. They're both dry, polished to 6,000 grit, and then hit with some cerium oxide. They're absolutely beautiful. I love these. I love them so much. Again, Cold Mountain Thundereggs, polished through 6,000 grit, hit with cerium oxide, polished with Little Rocky, my home-built, self-built lapidary machine. So I hope you like this video, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day or evening, whichever the case may be for you. And we will see you in the next video. Peace.